everybody, it is May 14th, 2013's weekly wrap-up. Not a whole lot released this week, but getting close to finally wrapping up the vibrato course. And the clip that was released this week was Step 21, and it was talking a little bit about getting creative with the coloristic ideas of vibrato and other aspects that bring in to your performance something that adds to the value of it. What am I talking about? I mean that you don't want to sound, quite often when I get students who get to a point, they've got their technique together, they're able to sing from through their chest up into their mix and up in their head voice like I'm always talking about, and they've expanded their range, but they'll complain to me that they think they sound kind of monotone, or that there's something that doesn't put excitement in their voice. And I always like to explain the fact that it's these coloristic ideas, the ability to bring vibrato in or take it out, hold it, bring it in at will, add more resonance to the voice, get more tension and volume going on at some point in time, and then decreasing that and being a little breathy at another time. All of those things start to bring more beauty and warmth and creativity to your vocal. So to become a better vocalist, besides just flat out singing all the time, because if you want to get better at anything, you need to do it. You want to be a better golfer, golf all the time. You want to be a better singer, sing all the time. But then start to listen to what the people who you respect, why are the famous singers famous? What is it about them that's so different from just the average person who's singing? And I tell you, it's not as different as you think. They don't have some kind of super magic that makes them 10,000 times better. It's just that there's all kinds of characteristics, and they don't sound the same. And when they deliver, they're delivering from their heart. They're bringing thought that creates color in their tone. I always like to tell students that thought colors the tone. Thought colors the tone. And what that means is exactly what I'm saying. As you think into your lyrics and really understand what the lyrics are about and start to communicate those lyrics like they're a story, all kinds of natural things happen with your voice that now your voice starts to sound a lot more interesting. That is, if you can keep it in tune. That is, if you can sing higher and lower without your range disturbing the quality of your voice. But if you've got that together, then when you start to emote your ideas, things get to be interesting. Okay, with that said, I'm kind of meshing things together. I'm giving you the musical tip of the day when we start talking about thought colors the tone, and how you start to vocalize and bring your emotions so you're locked up with the song into your performance all at the same time. And again, going back and simply speaking about the fact that Step 21 of the vibrato course, which talks about some of those aspects, including vibrato, but other aspects as well, in the vibrato course, is what was released this last week. So another aspect of my teaching is my vocal booth. I work with my students to improve their range and get their technique together. Then we start to perform songs, and as we're performing songs, in the vocal booth they go. And at that point in time, I take off just the vocal instructor's hat and put on the vocal producer's hat. And that is when we really start taking the technique and understanding that you have to marry the technique with creativity. And it's great to be able to do it in the studio because you can play things back and hear it for the truth. Again, one of the problems in the beginning is that people don't cut themselves any slack, and they don't like what they sound like when they first record themselves, and then they get just upset about what they hear, instead of understanding that it's going to take time to build your abilities. But the recording studio setting is the perfect place to be realistic about what you're doing and also make subtle changes. When I work with a student in my studio, and they're singing a song a cappella, or even to a track that we're working on, I can teach them a lot about how to make that vocal a lot more interesting and exciting. But no matter how much I do outside of my vocal booth, once we've covered everything that we can in the lesson, I love to put them in the vocal booth because it raises the bar again. So I guess my tip of the week to you is, when you're ready and you think that you perform a song quite well, work on it for a while, get comfortable with it, perform it a lot, and then record it. Listen to what you sound like, and listen for what you like, not only what you don't like. Don't just listen for what you don't like, listen for what you like. And then say things like, hey, you know what? I didn't like that, but you know, I kind of like that right there. And if I could make the whole song sound like that one little phrase there, I'd be happy. Well, why did that phrase sound like that? Is it about the pronunciation of the lyrics? Is it about where your voice is in the range? Is it that it sounds a little more true and honest than some of the other parts of your vocal? All of these things help you sort of figure out how to do what you need to do for the whole vocal. So, all right, tip of the week. And the vibrato course is getting ready to wrap up pretty soon. And I will see you guys at the wrap up next week. Be looking forward to it.